Most controversial FIFA players ever. And if you joined the FC scene recently, you might not even know his name. But he is one of the very few people EA has banned from every service and game they make. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kurt Finnick.
Right in the logo.
Also known as Kurt.
Oh, man.
FIFA players ever. And if you joined the FC scene recently, you might not even know his name. But he is one of the very few people EA has banned from every service and game they make. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kurt Finnick.
Right in the logo.
Also known as Kurt 0411. Before the arguments, the suspension and the lifetime ban, Kurt was known for something far simpler. He was really good at FIFA. He grew up in Malta, played his way into international events, and showed he could compete with the best players in the world. At FIFA 18, he reached deep stages at major events, and in FIFA 19, he earned enough points to qualify for the Global Series playoffs, something that only top players managed at that time. He wasn't known for the drama, he was known for competing with the very best.
7, Croquetta's past 1, he goes past 2!
He's a FIFA rat, man. Chad, look at him Croquetta spamming, bro.
He streamed and made YouTube videos, and that's where everything really exploded. He started uploading brutally honest commentary about FIFA, stuff that almost no other pro dared to say publicly. For example, after he got the chance to play the FIFA 19 beta at the time, he flew home after and completely trashed the game.
If the game is going to be anywhere close to that beta, the final release, we are in big trouble.
This video made
Mom's
fans
basement,
feel
by the way.
ignored suddenly have someone voicing everything they wanted to say. But EA wasn't amused. In late 2018, Kurt received his first official suspension, roughly half a season after EA flagged some of his public comments about big FIFA creators as personal attacks.
I'm sure all of this would get resolved with a simple apology from my behalf, but yeah, quite frankly, there is no chance in hell that's ever gonna happen.
Ruthless attack.
Kurt later explained that EA believed his criticism of creators like Marshall and Castro counted as attacks, while he saw them as harmless opinions. This suspension is the roots of everything that follows, because from here, Kurt felt that EA had a target on his back. As the 2018 season continued,
Bro,
Kurt
he used
had
to
his
cook
first
Castro,
major live
man.
incident. At a competitive event late in the FIFA 19 season, after conceding what he believed were kickoff glitch goals, Kurt simply walked off stage mid-match.
Cristiano Ronaldo dans la surface de réparation, et le voilà. Voilà le troisième engagement, le troisième en goal. C'est terrible, pour FIFA Ostoun qui
Ouais, et jusqu'au playoff également.
That clip spread everywhere. To some, it was passion boiling over in a broken meta, and to others, it was unprofessional behavior from a pro on stage. But no matter who was right, this moment followed Kurt for the rest of his career. It was the spark that made people realize Kurt wasn't just a critic, he was a lightning rod. Then came the moment that turned him into a household name in the scene. During the FUT Champions Cup in Atlanta in early 2019, which was one of the biggest tournaments of the season, Kurt walked
thank you,
straight
bro.
through into a broadcast area during a live interview with Castro.
About the Royal not being able to.
I don't care if I can bear
Come on.
They're here to watch me.
Hey.
I'm being deadly serious. They're here to watch me.
Okay, maybe they are. Why don't you, Kurt? You go concentrate on your game, and we'll all be able to watch you. Let's win, huh? You go focus.
That's your goat, chat.
To viewers, this was quite shocking. To Kurt, it was justified. He felt the broadcast didn't show his games and never let him speak after important matches, even when he was performing well. This wasn't just about complaining about gameplay. Instead, this was confronting the competitive system directly. Inside EA, this was taken seriously. Media coverage later described it as one of the key reasons that he received an official final warning from EA about his conduct at the Global Series events. Throughout FIFA 19 and FIFA 20, Kurt's criticism went further. He wasn't just calling out the game anymore, he was also calling out the people behind it.
These guys, you have to understand, they live in this delusional world that they think that they're doing a good job. Why? They think they are doing.
Yo, Loki, his accent has changed, chat. I feel like he's a little bit, like, he's got more English to him now. Like, less Maltese, no? Like, he's got more of, like, American in his voice. Like, he sounds more foreign in this accent than he does now. He sounds a bit like Irish here, bro. No?
An okay job. They think that everything's fine. When in reality, it's not. In reality, you know, every single one of these employees who has worked on the last couple of games should be unemployed right now. Let me tell you this, that might be a bit of a relief to a few of them. But yeah, in the long run, it won't be pretty. You know, just ask Chewboy. But that's what should happen to them.
He even admitted calling a community manager a bum, incompetent, and a waste of sperm. The tension was now personal. In October 2019, during a livestream, Kurt hit a breaking point. He ranted about EA, shouted things towards EA, grabbed an official EA FIFA scarf, and spat on their logo.
You son of a bitch! You can't beat me! Even on this piece of trash game. Fuck you, EA. Fuck, I'm not playing this guy. Fuck you, Corey. All of you. Hey! I'll celebrate this. I'll frame my own draw. I'll take a screenshot right now of this draw. Actually, wait, I'll defend this kick off here, don't I? I'll take a screenshot of this draw and I'll frame this draw.
Oh, with the blue iPhone.
I'll frame it myself.
Above all, right in the logo.
This moment went everywhere. Clips, screenshots, articles. It became the symbol of how far things had escalated. And most crucially, it was one of the final straws from EA. On the 1st November 2019, just weeks after the rant and the scarf incident, EA banned Kurt from the entire FIFA 20 Global Series. He couldn't compete anymore, he couldn't earn any points, and his road to the World Cup was officially over. EA said publicly that this suspension was due to repeated abusive behavior, and Kurt called the decision tough to take, said the people behind it was cowards, and claimed that EA told him only after he had qualified through that weekend's online matches, something that required hours of grinding and flawless performance. To Kurt's supporters, this obviously felt like censorship. To his critics, it was the result of ignoring warnings for over a year. And to EA, it was a justified disciplinary action. But the story wasn't finished. It was about to get even way bigger because
now Kurt is a gambling addict. The fall off is crazy. Chat, wow. Chat, thoughts on that? Chat, thoughts on that in the chat. That's the chat comment right now. Wow, man, that's crazy. That's
shortly
crazy.
after the ban, several EA staff members had their personal Twitter accounts hacked. The hackers posted messages.
This shit was
Kurt,
chat. Listen up. This shit was crazy. Listen up right now. This was crazy when this happened, bro. Crazy. Listen.
Including a fake EA unban announcement. Now there has never been any evidence linking Kurt to the hack. But inside EA, the situation around his name was becoming a problem they couldn't ignore. Staff were being impersonated, harassment was increasing, and the relationship was collapsing completely. On the 24th of February 2020, EA issued the biggest punishment in FIFA esports history. A full...
We will not tolerate threatening behavior. Since that time, Kurt has continued to post abusive and threatening messages and videos about EA employees and competitive players on social media, and he has encouraged others to do the same. His messages have crossed the line of decency into very personal attacks. We will not tolerate threatening behavior. As a result, today, Kurt0411's EA account will be banned from playing our game and accessing our services due to these serious and repeated violations. Bro, the crazy part is the tweet still up? Chat, is the tweet still up? Bro, the community was cooking EA on this one. I remember, too, like, everyone was cooking EA in the replies. Because, you know, the thing with EA that sucks, bro, is that they're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. And I'm not scared to say that, bro. They're a fucking soft, hypocritical company, man. Like, I will say it, too. I don't really care if I get banned, bro. But the reason I say that is that a lot of this chat, what doesn't get told about this story was that Corey, who was working at EA, was provoking Kurt a lot. A lot, bro. And, like, obviously, at the end of the day, Kurt, for me, definitely went too far. Like, he knows, yo, if you spit... Like, if I spit on a goal scarf right now, like, Kurt would probably give me a lifetime ban for the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably would. But aside from that, Corey, who was working at EA back in the day, was really provoking Kurt, like, a lot. And he was saying weird shit to Kurt all the time. And, like, I remember he was posting, like, he was subtweeting on forums and, like, Instagram about his house and shit and, like, how he was rich and, like, trying to cook Kurt and all this shit. Like, it was really immature from Corey. So like he basically just rage baited 04, I feel like, into the ban. Let's see. This is the tweet, guys. Yeah, they were getting cooked, man. Wow, this has been so long ago as well. Could you give me examples of when I have threatened your incompetent employees? If you're going this guy, guys, nah, the dick eating is crazy. Nah, the glazing is crazy. What did people say? This is so stupid, bro. Like, it's crazy how much they're getting cooked here, too. Wow, man. That's crazy. Yo, shout out to Nick28T, by the way, man. Literally, like, the only other content creator I've seen responding to this. It's crazy how much, like, the community had freaking shitting their pants about Kurt, man. Again, nobody's saying anything, bro. I bet a lot of the content creators were like, get this fucking guy out. He was probably, like, taking their views or, like, they couldn't handle this guy. That's crazy. That's crazy, by the way. All the FIFA... How many FIFA content creators are there, chat? How many... And it's funny because, yeah, he hates... He doesn't like Nick28T either. That's fucking crazy, though. How many FIFA content creators there, bro? There's so many, bro. Nobody... There's 2 guys in the reply saying unban him.
All online services.
Everyone wanted him gone, bro.
In their statement, EA said that...
Oh my god, chat. Not even Wokes was in the replies. Chat, not even Stokes was saying unban him. Chad, did you guys see Stokes on the replies anywhere there?
Behavior crossed a line of decency, that he posted abusive and threatening messages, and also that they will not tolerate threatening behavior. And Kurt rejected everything. He said that there was no threats at all, only insults, and described the whole thing as a witch hunt. This was the final break, and unlike every ban before it, this one wasn't temporary. Even after the lifetime ban, Kurt has tried a couple of times to play FIFA, but every new account he created was banned, streams were suddenly removed. He said Twitch warned him EA issued copyright strikes for playing FIFA, basically risking his whole channel, so this ban was absolute. Flash forward to today, 5 years later after the lifetime ban, Kurt is still one of the most recognizable names in FIFA history. But he exists completely outside the game he built his career on. And what makes all of this even more beautiful and ironic is how much EA has changed in the years since. Because EA is now shaping itself as the exact opposite of the company that Kurt fought with. EA now talks about transparency, page notes, Discord polls, community-driven updates, gameplay fixes, the same thing that players begged for during FIFA 19 and FIFA 20, the very year where Kurt's criticism was at its loudest. But even with all those changes, one thing never shifted. Kurt's lifetime ban stayed the exact same. No exceptions, no second chances, no return. So in the end, Kurt's story becomes a reminder of how intense the old FIFA era really was, and how a single player